even followed up with a second possession, turned the ball over. So, credit to New York's defense.
Cheryl, you haven't held the lead as long as New York has in these couple of games, but
we've led for 3 minutes.
You've obviously managed to come back and seem confident in doing that. What do you attribute that confidence to, and does that grow when you guys are at home?
Yeah, I mean, it's the belief in themselves. They know it's not over. It's not ideal. When we're down, New York is playing harder and better than us in those moments. I think their belief and buy-in to the idea that it's a long series, it's 200 minutes, it's 205, and that you just got to keep playing. And so their belief in their ability to play through it and just problem solve is what makes this team special.
In terms of the ability to limit the looks that Fibic gets, it seems like you guys really clamped down on her somewhat in game 2. Was there anything you saw in particular there?
No. But they've got more than, they're all 5 of their starters are special, and then they have, a bench that brings in one of the best point guards in the league. And a productive Sabali when she comes in the game. But I think our attention to all 5 players is something that I don't think has been consistent. And it's certainly, because the big 3 really poses some challenges. But our sense of urgency and understanding, that 4 and 5, are vital to cover. And it puts a lot of pressure on the big 3 if you're able to do that. For 2 games, we've not. We've sprung a leak with Fibic and we sprung a leak with Lane. And obviously we got to clean that up.
Cheryl, what is the message going in tomorrow night, knowing that it's the swing game and you give yourselves a chance to close it out Friday if you can win tomorrow night?
Yeah, I mean, I think they understand, it's 2 games at home, but I think it's getting ahead of yourself. We really are locked in on the first 5 minutes of game 3. The message is, it's a best of 3 now. We want game 1 of best of 3. But how we go about our business in the first 5 minutes, in the first quarter, in the first half is going to dictate everything.
You talked about the offense after game 2 and not liking it. How do you get everyone going in those first 5 minutes?
Well, we have to be more purposeful. The same things that Sandy felt after game 1, we felt after game 2. We didn't have a pace, a share mindset. We had a little home run play.
Year, I think we exhibited it multiple times. So hopefully we're not in that position, like you said. But if we are, I have faith that we're going to do what needs to be done. Huge. I mean, we have a huge crowd coming. So just like we always call them our 6-man here, just the energy is going to be amazing. Being on our home court, we always want to defend, our home court. And so having that, it's going to be really fun to play in front of.
Between the national team and all the different teams, you've seen Cheryl put rosters together, but also something like cultivate, come around. What makes her different in that way?
I think the culture that she is always trying to bring out in the Lynx, and I think that's why they've been successful for so long, is because the people that we bring in here, we all are in line with the same goal. It's not about me, it's about the team, and so I think she cultivates that wherever she goes, and it's been like the winning formula for us.
You talked about how Cheryl gets on Courtney, and then King got on Courtney pretty hard. Is Courtney's demeanor perfect, I guess, to be like a point guard of like a Cheryl Reed team thing?
It really is, because she's like the least sensitive person ever, and I feel like and a point guard, and especially like a point guard for Cheryl, because she is really hard on her lead guards, because obviously it's a lot of responsibility. They are what makes the team go, and so she really is perfect, because there's not much you can say to hurt her feelings.
What about Courtney, do you think makes her kind of such a playoff riser who seems to elevate her game this time of year?
I think her confidence, just like her confidence in herself and in us. It's like unwavering loyalty and just thinking that we're going to win no matter what the odds are. And so having that, especially in your lead guard, is so important.
K-Mac was saying the other day that what she's really impressed about with you is that, like, especially after Still retired, it's like she understood that the pressure was going to be on her to rebuild us into a championship team. Was that something that, did Cheryl have to say that to you, or did you just know when Still left?
I think both. I mean, even, years before Sil was retiring, obviously we knew it was coming, so we had those conversations, and then once she left, it was like, okay, the time is now. This is what we've been talking about. This is what we've been preparing for. So, yeah, it's something that we talked about beforehand.
And she said that she's been really blunt with you about, especially last offseason, about like, hey, if we want to win a championship, you have to be our best defender all the time. What were the type of things that she said to you, like, last offseason that she wanted you to work on?
One-on-one defense was a big one. So, yeah, she's like, if we're going to win, you have to be in contention for MVP and DPOY, and I was for both. So, that's the conversation we had, because she knows that, like, obviously we have to have elite people on both sides of the floor, and defense was something that we were really lacking in last year. So that's why we brought great defenders, obviously great people on the offensive end too. But I think our defense has risen so much, and it's what's gotten us to this position.
She said that when you won, I don't remember if it was when you won Defensive Player of the Year this year or last season when you were all defense, that you like made sure to like rub it in her face as well, like, hey, I did do these things.
In Cheryl's face?
Yeah.
I don't remember doing that. Maybe it was last year, because I don't think I did it this year.
What conditioning is required to do what you do on both ends of the court in the playoffs as the season goes longer and longer, to be this deep and still, guarding, Brianna and having to carry a big load offensively? Like, what has gone into being able to do that on a night-to-night basis?
I can't lie. I feel like I'm just naturally, I get conditioned pretty well. I know that's not super helpful, but I played soccer. I feel like maybe that contributed for a really long time, the first 10 years of my life. So that's obviously naturally a running sport. I don't know. I get into pretty good running shape fast. And I think also just the mentality of going as hard as you can all the time, that naturally gets you into good shape too, because you're working as hard as you can.
You're also chasing a toddler around all the time.
Yeah, that definitely
exhausting.
Yeah.
Fee, what's the overall mindset? What's the overall mindset going into tomorrow night, knowing that it's the swing game in the series and you give yourself a chance to win the title Friday night if you can pull it out tomorrow?
Huge. I mean, it's going to be a battle, and we're so ready. I think, again, just disappointed in the way that we came out the first two games, really defensively, and playing in front of our home crowd on our home court. We're ready. We're ready.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's everybody. You don't get on this stage without everybody. So yeah, you have your great players that you need to play well, but you need everybody to play well. So I think that's our goal, coming out and just bringing the fight to them.
Are you seeing a lot of adjustments on their part, and now you got to adjust to there because it's going back and forth
Yeah,
like crazy right now?
they was playing me in a boxing one last game. Now it was right in my face, no help side. I'm like, that's crazy. Like, we're not in high school. Just kidding, that's my dog. But yeah, man, like I said, it's so many different factors that play a part in winning. It's not just one thing. It's not just one player. It's not just two players. It's literally everybody. So I think we just got to hone in on making sure we come out in those first five and hit first.
What's the mindset going into tomorrow night, knowing that it is a swing game in the series and you give yourself a chance to win a title Friday night if you can win tomorrow night?
The mindset is don't go back to New York. So long as everybody keep that mind frame, hopefully we ain't going back. And like I said, just coming out that first 5 minutes and making sure that we hit first and we not getting hit. So,